If you have ever wondered how you can harness the power of the moon to enhance your self care and your spiritual journey, then you are going to want to stick around for this episode of Wisdom Wednesday. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday with Sara Mae. I am Sara Mae. I am your host. I am an energy healer, a life coach, and I am the founder and instructor of Empowered Empaths Academy. It is my mission to help as many empaths as possible on their awakening and ascension journey. And as part of that goal, I come live on Facebook every Wednesday, and I share some of my wisdom with you. In my efforts to reach as many people as possible this year, new in 2024, we are sharing on the Healing with Sara Mae Facebook page, as well as on the Healing with Sara Mae YouTube channel. If you know anybody who you think could benefit from this content, if you know anybody that is popping up in your head when you see this, go ahead and comment, tag them below, or send them the YouTube link so we can share this information with as many people as possible. For all of those who are here live, thank you so much for being here today. Please go ahead and comment in the comments below. Say hello and let me know that you're here. I always love to know who's watching with us live. I see that we have some people in the Empaths Awakening Facebook group, and we also have some people on the Healing with Sara Mae Facebook page. So welcome to all of you. Tomorrow, January 25th, 2024, we have the first full moon of the new year. This is a full moon in Leo, also known as the wolf moon, because it's believed that wolves howl at the moon this time of year more than any other time of the year. Leo is the sign of pride, and the full moon is always an intense time. And when you put those together, you get a time that is amazing to shine bright and stand out. It can also be a time that we tend to go a little bit over the top and lean into our ego. That's why during this time, we do want to make sure that we are keeping our humility in check and really keeping an eye on ourselves. It's also a good time to know that other people might be up in their ego. So if you notice that people are projecting on you, or if you realize during this time that there is somebody who has been putting you down or making you feel bad, this can be a time where that's really brought to the light, and you might decide to interact with them differently or even remove them for your life. Whatever you're going through this full moon, taking some time for self-care and some time for spirit will most certainly help you through. And the information in today's episode will apply to any and all full moons. So let's talk about what full moon energy looks like, right? Well, full moon energy is the energy of amplification. Everything is turned up high. This is when our emotions can be really turned up high. Our energy intenses, and so does us. So our emotions might amplify, and our desires might amplify, as well as our shadows. Things that are to be brought to light get brought to light now, because everything is amplified and bigger. The full moon is a time of big emotions, and it's not unusual to find yourself feeling overwhelmed or maybe a bit snappier than usual. The full moon signals and the vibrations that come with it can sometimes cause sleep disturbances as well. So if you're having a hard time sleeping, or maybe you have a hard time to sleep tomorrow night, know that there's a good chance it's because of this full moon energy. So let's talk about 7 things that we can do during the full moon to take care of ourselves and help ourselves and our spiritual journey move forward. And then at the end, I'm going to tell you 3 things that you might want to avoid during the next few days. I put these 7 things and in order to where if you wanted to like do them all together and do like a little full moon ritual and spend a couple hours with yourself and the moon and spirit, you can really do this succinctly as well. So this is our 7-step full moon ritual. Step 1, cleanse and charge your crystals. Who loves crystals? Hello, everybody in the comments. You're saying hi. I love it. Let me know if you love crystals. Put crystals in the comments if you're big into crystals. I love crystals. I use them all the time. They're all around my house. I use them during healing sessions. I use them during reading. I carry them with me. I buy them as gifts. Crystals are a huge part of my life. I love crystals, and crystals give me so much energy and so much joy. The full moon is a time where we can give some of that energy back to our crystals by charging them. Now, you might want to polish off or rinse off your crystals first. Before you put your crystals in water, make sure it's not a water soluble one. And if it is, be very quick with it. But this is a good time to clean off your altar, dust off your crystals, and put them outside to soak up some of that full moon energy. I live in the Midwest, and right now everything's covered in snow, and we just had like an Arctic blast. Now it's all melting, so it's kind of gross outside. So what I'm going to do is I will take my crystals and I'll put them on a tray with a glass baking dish over them to kind of create like their own little igloo, their own little dome to keep them safe. But this is how we can keep our crystals charged and full of energy so they can keep giving us that amazing energy that they give to us. After you charge your crystals, get those outside, or when you're charging your crystals and getting it outside, that is a great time to make some moon water. And it is so easy to make moon water. All you need is a clean glass jar. Fill this up with distilled water, spring water, filter water, water that you would drink. Fill it up with water and set it outside underneath the full moon. Now, if you want to set a specific intention for this water, you can put a note on it. You can put like a sticky note on it and you can write the intention on there. You could also do that with like a piece of tape. You can write your intention on a piece of tape and put it on that water. And then that intention will also be infused into the water. It's super amazing how that works. Like there are some really great studies where doctors did things where they put words on water and then they took pictures, and it's absolutely beautiful. So if you have a specific intention, super powerful, put it on that water. That water is going to be programmed with that intention. And afterwards, when you have the moon water, you might be like, okay, so I'm making the moon water. You're going to get this tomorrow. So you put the crystals out, you put the moon water out. What do you do after? What do you do with the moon water? You can use that moon water for blessing things. You can put it in your bath water to bring the vibration of the moon energy or the vibration of the intention that you programmed into the water into your life. You could also use it to make teas. The opposite of moon water, sun water, sun tea. Who makes sun tea in the summer? I always do that. That's harnessing the sun's energy. It's the same thing. So you can use this moon water to make tea, and then you can absorb that moon's energy. Like I said, the full moon's all about amplification. So if you're trying to amplify things, drinking some moon water could really help you do that. So first we're going to cleanse our crystals, pop them outside, and we're going to pop a jar of water out there to make some moon water as well. The third thing to do this new moon, or this full moon, or any full moon, is to cleanse your space. Our space, our living spaces, our office spaces, our car spaces, any space that we're in, it can get funky. It can get funky with energy, our energy, other people's energies, the energies of things that you're watching on the television. Whatever it is, the energy can get funked up. Have you ever walked into a room and it just feels like something's off? If you have, you're not crazy. Like you're just feeling that the energy is off. The energy of a house, of your home, can definitely get disrupted. And cleansing it regularly can help to keep those vibes high, and it can help to keep frustration out of the house. When there's a lot of energy and it's chaotic energetically in the house, it can make the household members chaotic as well. Who's ever like noticed like when the house energy is off, right? Put house in the comments if you've noticed your house energy off, and then people start acting crazy, start nipping at each other or something like that, right? We want to keep that energy calm and clean, so we're going to cleanse our space. One of the most popular ways there is to cleanse your space is to use sage smoke. Sage bundles can be found at pretty much any metaphysical store. If you have a metaphysical store, a crystal store, anything like that around you. I just looked at the clock. It is 1:11 CST. Make wish. Set a full moon intention. Clearing your space. If you want to get sage, you can get it at any of your local metaphysical shops. I always suggest supporting local. Otherwise, there's all kinds of places that you can order it online as well. And there's good small businesses you can order it on online as well as I'm sure you could probably get it off Amazon if that was really your option. Sage is an incredible thing to burn in your house. It has scientifically been proved to remove 94% of bacteria and viruses through the house. So if you have had a sickness in the house, it's a good idea to sage afterwards. And it also clears that spiritual energy from the house as well. If you can't use sage, if you're allergic to sage, if you can't have smoke in your house, you have breathing issues, it irritates your throat, for whatever reason you can't use sage, that's okay. There's lots of other things you can do. You can use sound. I have Reiki bells that I use to clear my space in between sessions when I'm doing multiple sessions or before or after. Even if I'm doing a single session, I'm going to use that sound to clear the space. You could also ring a bell throughout the house. The ringing of a bell will clear your energetic space. You can see your house is filled with light. You can create a ball of light and see it in the center of your house and watch it expand until that ball of light is encompassing your entire house, your entire property, and see that cleansing and clearing any energy that doesn't serve. You can do that like visually. As an energy healer, I offer house cleansings where I do it energetically, just like a distance Reiki session. And that ball of light is absolutely something that I use during those cleansing sessions. It's very, very effective. If you guys that are live have any ways that you clear your house that I'm not listing, please let me know, because I'm always into finding out new ways. Another way that you can cleanse the energy in your house is you can do it by cleaning. When you're cleaning, you can be purposely cleansing the energy of your house using your broom as a tool. You can start at the center of the house and sweep everything from the center out to the edges of the house and sweep it right outside the door. That is also going to cleanse your house energetically. Of course, you want to do this with the intention of cleansing your house, right? So you're sweeping and you're seeing yourself sweeping out everything that doesn't serve, all the energy that isn't good, any bullshit energy, any low, yucky energy. We're sweeping that out of the house. And another way I love is essential oils. You can also cleanse your space by using essential oils. I love to use Palo Santo. Yes, Palo Santo is another good one that you can use to cleanse your house with smoke. Also, speaking about those metaphysical stores, you can usually find some sort of clearing spray that someone has made. They make them with sage oil sometimes if you want to use sage, but you can't have that smoke. You can get like a sage oil spray, or you can often get one that has been blessed by like a priestess or a medicine person or a Reiki healer or something like that. There's a lot of different sprays that you can get as well. Thank you for reminding me of that. Next up, after cleansing our space, cleansing yourself. Cleansing yourself. And there's lots of ways that you can do this, right? You can do this by doing a chakra clearing or cord cutting meditation where you're clearing out everything from yourself energetically. You can do this physically in the bathtub. I love a ritual bath. There's so many things that you could put into it to help with that cleansing process. You can use sage oil, lavender oil. I love eucalyptus. It just makes me feel so clean. I love like the way the energy feels when eucalyptus is used. Always, you want to use salt in those baths. Salt is one of the most cleansing things that we have available to us. But cleansing yourself in some way, you can even when you're cleansing your house with the sage, you can cleanse your energy with the sage. You can cleanse your energy with an incense. You can cleanse your energy with crystals. Selenite is an amazing crystal to cleanse your energy with, and you could just sweep it over your aura, over your energetic fields, and cleanse out your energy, right? So cleanse yourself. Maybe give yourself a little crystal swipe, little sage smudge, and get into that salt bath and see yourself releasing anything that doesn't serve you. When I take these ritualistic baths to detox anything in my body and energetic field that doesn't serve me, I like to sit in the bath until the end and let the water go out and watch everything that doesn't serve me go down the tub. Yeah. This is a very powerful way to do that. And like I said, if you have some moon water, you can absolutely use that moon water in your bath. Our full moon actually happens tomorrow in the middle of the afternoon. The one that's happening right after this show, January 25th, is happening in the middle of the afternoon. So you can have your moon water, which if you had it out in the day, it would also be sun water. But you could have your moon water and make the moon water in the day or the night before when the moon is growing still, right? And then you can use some of that moon water in that bathtub to really absorb the effects of the moon. Next up, light a candle. Light a candle. If you have a specific prayer or intention or goal or manifestation that you're putting out into the world, absolutely write it on a piece of paper, put it under the candle, take a little needle, write it into the candle. If you have a word of the year that you really want to amplify, you can scrape that into the candle if you would like, and light that candle and put that intention out into the world. That can be a very powerful thing to do. But you can also just light that candle with the intention of releasing anything that does not serve you and calling in your highest good. So you can absolutely have intentions. I think it is the best way to do it, to have intentions, right? You can't get somewhere with your GPS if you don't plug in a destination, right? It's best to have a destination, but if you don't, you're like, I just don't know what to do. I release anything that is not for my highest good. I release anything that does not serve me, and I call in my highest. Take it a few minutes to take a few deep breaths, light a candle, and set your intention, as specific or vague as it might be, and really allow yourself a few minutes to sit and connect with spirit, to sit and be still and allow spirit in. Can be a very powerful practice to do, and it's one of the best ways to really use this full moon energy. When you're doing this, you can also use this time to do our next step, which is meditate. Meditate. Like I said, a release in meditation is great. A cord cutting meditation is great. I suggest you meditate with the intention of letting go of everything that does not serve you, and then just sitting there and allowing, as blank as you can, allow spirit in. The full moon is known to bring downloads. It is known to bring clarity, right? This full moon in Leo is known to bring on our best and shiniest self, but you got to have space to let it in, right? So clear out everything that doesn't serve you, and then allow space for those downloads to come in. Allow space for that energy to fill you up. And doing this through a meditation is one of my very, very favorite ways. After your meditation, I suggest you journal. Journal anything that came to you, those downloads, what you're setting your intention for, what your meditation was like. I suggest that you purge and do like a purge writing where anything that doesn't serve you, anything you're upset about, anything you want to release, write all of that down. You can take it outside and burn it and give it to the universe, right? After you get rid of what doesn't serve you, focus on what you're grateful for. Write down at least 10 things you're grateful for, and then write down what you're calling in. Doing it in this order is very powerful. When we first get rid of the vibration of what we don't want, so we're filled up with this vibration of what we don't want because we're obsessed with it. We're thinking about it. It's in our head. It's in our body, right? So we get rid of that first. Then we shift our energy. We shift our energetic frequency to one of gratitude, right? And we focus on things that we have so it feels genuine and we're feeling real and we're feeling that high frequency vibe. And when we're in that high frequency vibe of gratitude, when we're in this amplified vibration of the new moon, of the full moon, I keep saying new moon, so sorry, full moon. When we're in this amplified energy of the full moon, and then we set our intentions, we are really putting out a strong vibration to the universe and letting the universe know this is what we desire. This is what I am, and this is what I call to me, right? This is powerful, powerful manifestation. For those of you who are not already on my email list, I have an email that goes out every month, lets you know that the full moon is coming, gives you some journal prompts to help you to do some of that releasing and calling in together. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can DM me, you can put your email in the comments below, and I will hook you up with a copy of Journaling with Sara Mae. It's a free ebook, as well as getting onto that moon mailing list. But without that, like I said, purging what doesn't serve, focusing on what we're grateful for, and then focusing on what we're calling in is a powerful journaling sequence for this full moon. Now let's put all these things together because I've been talking for 23 minutes, right? Let's make sure that it's all soaking in together. We're going to cleanse our crystals. We're going to put them outside to charge in the moon. While we're out there, we're popping down a jar of clean water that is drinkable in a glass jar so it can soak up those intentions, those vibrations of the moon, and get charged with that powerful full moon energy. Want to make this stronger? You can write your intention on the jar. Next, we're going to cleanse our space. We're going to cleanse our bedroom, our house, whatever it is. We're going to cleanse our physical space, and then we're going to cleanse ourselves. Afterwards, we're going to sit down, light a candle, take some time to meditate, and take some time to journal. This is a ritual practice that you can do probably inside of an hour. I mean, it'd be lovely to stretch it out and make it take 2 or 3 hours, but 1 hour, one good hour to yourself, you can do all of this, right? Absolutely. So tell me, who's down? Put a heart up if you're feeling this. I see you guys in the comments. I see you here. Throw some hearts up if you can see yourself doing this 7-step process here. Let me know. Yes, I see some hearts coming up. I see some 7s. Yes, I love it. Awesome. Thanks, guys. So these are the 7 things that I recommend doing this full moon and every full moon to harness the full moon energy to propel our self-care and to propel our spiritual journey and help with the releasing of what we don't want and the manifestation and calling in of the things that we do want, so we can live our best life filled with unconditional love and lasting happiness. Now, I promised you 3 things not to do, though, right? So we went through the 7 things to do. What about these things that we're going to avoid, right? Well, just like there is an ideal time to do things, there's an ideal time not to do things. And this is what it's ideal not to do in the next few days when we're really in this full moon energy. The first thing that I don't recommend doing when you're in this full moon energy, if you want to have long, luxurious hair, now is not the time to get a haircut. It is not the time to get a haircut when the full moon energy is going on. And that is because after the moon is full, it starts to shrink, which means our hair is not going to grow very fast. It's going to inhibit that hair growth. If you wait until the new moon to get your hair cut, then that growing energy of the new moon, after it's new and it starts to grow again into the full moon, that energy will propel your hair to grow longer and fuller and more luxurious. So if you've been trying to grow your hair out, if growing your hair long and luxurious is something that you struggle with, you're going to want to avoid haircuts at this time. The next thing you're going to want to avoid at this time is alcohol. And this might not be fun for some people. And you might be like, Sarah, you just said that it's going to be high emotions and people are going to be snarky. And now you're telling me I can't have my glass of wine. You can do what you want to do, absolutely. But it is not the time to be going out drinking. Bartenders and ER staff alike will tell you that the full moon is not the time to be at the bar because you end up in the ER. It absolutely happens. These are crazy times for bar fights, for accidents, and all kinds of things like this, right? We are mostly water. The full moon affects the gravitational pull of water, and this includes affecting the way that alcohol affects us because alcohol also affects our water. So if you can avoid drinking at this time, or at least going out and drinking, I highly recommend doing that. And the third thing you might want to avoid during a full moon is signing a contract or getting into a new agreement, or even like breaking off a contract or an agreement. This is a highly emotional time. Things are heightened. All of our shadows are heightened and amplified. So that's not necessarily the clearest thinking time for us. So if you can wait a few days, if you can wait till next week to sign that contract or break that contract, please wait a few days and make sure it's what you really feel is in your best interest. So which of these things are you going to try or avoid? What's your big takeaway from today's session of Wisdom Wednesday? Let me know which of these you're looking forward to do. I'm going to check the comments. Ooh, moon water. Moon water. I'm taking a bath. I got my salt ready. Love that. My crystals are already outside. So you're going to be getting sun and moon and all kinds of great energy in those. I love that. Absolutely. All of them. All of them. Yes. Awesome. I love that you guys are really taking to this and loving these steps. And I hope that they really enhance your personal and spiritual journey and help you to embrace this full moon energy and use it to carry you forward in your life. That is our episode of Wisdom Wednesday for today. Thank you so much for being here. I do want to let you know about a couple things I got going on. First of all, our January special is the 4 Seasons 4-pack. One of the most common questions I get is, how often do I need a chakra balancing? And my answer always is at least 4 times a year. At least 4 times a year. I recommend getting it with every season and then as needed. So this pack has been designed to make it as easy and attainable to get this as possible. You set yourself up now. $444 will get you 4 60-minute Soul RX Reiki healing sessions with me. This is a remote session that I do. And then afterwards, we have a phone consultation, or I send you a written report to let you know how the healing went, what I saw, and my advice moving forward. This is an excellent deal and a great way to really set yourself up for the new year to help you keep that energetic balance. Also, a full moon is a great time to get an energy healing. Because like I said, we're clearing out all that stuff that doesn't serve. If you're having a hard time releasing, an energy healer is a great person to help you do that. If you love these sessions, if you're loving Wisdom Wednesday and you want to go deeper, if you would like to take more classes with me and go deeper learning deeper lessons and tools and skills to really help you on your ascension journey, I would love to invite you to join my membership community, Ascension Circle. This is a membership community from Healing with Sara Mae where we have courses, meditations, and tools to guide you on your ascension journey. We have new classes live every single month, and it's a great place to really grow in a loving and secure environment. So if you feel called to join an Ascension Circle, I would love to have you. It's only $47 a month. You get access to all kinds of information, and there's no commitment. You can come and go as feels right to you. Whenever you need to be there, you're very welcome to be there. So thank you all so much for being here today. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful for you doing this work. As you know, when you raise your vibration, when you heal yourself, you raise the vibration not only of yourself, but of everyone around you and of the collective as a whole. As an energy healer, I believe the most effective work that we can do for the planet is work for ourselves. So thank you so much for doing this work on yourself. It is a sacred thing to do, and I am so grateful for you doing it. With that said, the light in me acknowledges the light in you. And so I say, namaste. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here.